They're average.
It's the second entry that is the one that a lot of people always remember.
It's
okay?
true.
It's rare when I mean, Zelda's a perfect example of this. Like, the first one is the most memorable, and it's a rarity. But the second is also very memorable for the change in style. So,
But it's really like Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, the
I
beloved
got the blue
ones.
candle. I just had to make sure.
we can't just have runaway successes, every time. Sometimes these developers need to learn a lot of lessons. The perfect examples of that, I would dare say a young fledgling company called Rare had a lot to learn in their early NES days so that they could become a powerhouse in the Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 days. So that's one of those things that just happens. It's why in a lot of cases I get a lot of flack for getting on the case of or not judging a first entry as harshly as a average critic should. It's because first entries are first entries. It's whether or not there's enough to work with to make a second entry, because that's going to be the one where they power it up a little bit, where they, I hate to borrow from the Food Network here, but where they kick it up a notch. I feel a little dirty for doing that, but
You feel a little dirty.
Kick it up a notch. Even though that is technically a Futurama joke, I shouldn't feel that bad. Another thing to be excited for is obviously summer is the time for E3. Well, it was an exciting time in our childhood.
Why are you not...
In our childhood. I didn't watch E3 until I became an adult and started doing like geek news.
Well, yes, but like a lot of the E3 announcements were always something to look forward to, because like the big console announcements would happen at E3, so you had reason to love the GameCube announcement and then later the Wii announcement, all that. But now, since we do Geek News, we have to watch it regularly, which means we have to watch the good conferences as well as the bad. Because I was just like you, I watched the highlights as a kid, so I would see the unveiling of the PlayStation and Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid and all that stuff. I wouldn't see, the E3 had yet another showcase of sports games that was just boring as ever. Oh, show this to the old woman. So this is the scroll we actually were looking for in the last part.
I think your baby's crying.
She probably is.
Oh yeah, that's her. I wonder what she's crying for.
I guess I'll be off camera for just a second, which means Alex has to do all the talking.
You know I'm not good at this.
I know, but I also like throwing you into the fire.
Of course you
Throw
do.
in the fire, man.
How else do you learn?
I never learn.
So, Shadow Blazer.
So, Andrea, where are you going? Gonna go find the old woman?
I am going to try and get the good sword that I wanted to get.
Oh, nice. Heart!
That's an upgrade. It is.
Then we could
Was
take...
she crying or was she just talking?
I think she was just trying to respond to us.
She was
Sorry, guys, it's a... Oh, jeez. Let's just go ahead and spill everything everywhere. It's a hot day, and so we're actually keeping her nursery door open.
Yeah, so she can keep cool.
And we're hoping that she'll take a nap, but given that we're talking, yeah, that might not happen. But yeah, so going back into the E3 talk, yeah, now we actually have to watch the good conferences as well as the bad, and I'm already dreading this E3 because we at least have some of the conferences set up, and the first two are Electronic Arts and Bethesda. Yep, we're starting off with the crap.
So what kind of things are we going to be looking forward to E3?
Well, I mean, we could go down the line. Electronic Arts, contrary to Alex, I'm actually looking forward to one game in that one, and that is, I'm looking forward to BioWare coming out and giving us more details on Mass Effect Andromeda. Just because that looks like it'll be interesting. And I'm always hoping that we'll see something awesome after that. But really what I'm worried about at EA, and Alex kind of shares my sentiment, is that we will get the announcement of Star Wars Battlefront 2,
I doubt it'll be called Battlefront 2. They'll subtitle it somehow.
It's already titled as Battlefront 2.
No, I can't
Is there a
doubt that.
bomb
Because that's just
area
gonna...
that you can go
It
to?
is. They've already coined it.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. It's just gonna cause confusion. Chronological confusion.
As far as EA is concerned, no, it won't, because they've already established their Battlefront. That's the problem, is that it's their Battlefront now. And they own Pandemic, so there is no confusion. That's the sad part about that whole concept. I agree with you. I don't think they should name it Battlefront 2, but they will, because EA likes to stroke their own ego like that.
I want my
So that's probably going to
I still
happen.
think they're gonna call it something stupid like Battlefront, the battle continues.
I want to see it called Battlefront Revengeance.
Revengeance. Probably.
Because why not?
Battlefront, Rebel Storm over the desert.
Robo Storm over the desert.
Not Robo, Rebel.
Oh, Rebel Storm?
Yeah.
So it's raining rebels, is what you're saying? It's raining rebels, it's raining rebels.
No, I mean like storming the beaches, storming the desert. Just...
Oh, looky there, we found a secret.
take anyone you want.
I already know where you're gonna go, so yep. Gee, which one are you gonna pick? The item that can heal all your hearts or the one that can give you extra health? Which one are you gonna pick,
Extra
Alex?
health.
Exactly.
I would like extra health.
Now, a lot of people might think that you can just go back... really quick, go back in, Andrea.
Okay.
People think you can actually just abuse this concept? Nope.
Nope. He's gone for good.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Only so many locations on the map.
Well, except for when you go get items like...
Yeah, this wasn't like, I don't think... Yeah, because Zelda 2 didn't do this. This isn't like A Link to the Past where you had the heart containers, or the piece of heart containers that they had that time, when it would fill a quarter. This time it was a full heart. And so at that point, they lessened it even more. So that it was really hard to find. But thankfully, we have a full-on map. So we're not too worried about that. And if you guys question Andrea's dedication to this Let's Play, we are both witnessing this right now. She has notes.
She has the notes.
We're not using the map. We're using her notes.
I'm the map.
So for the people who are immediately going to send in the questions of, she's not a gamer. Dude, this is as gamer as you get.
I keep forgetting I cannot... You know, this is one thing I really never loved about some of these games is you have to go to your thing to switch everything instead of setting up so many.
Okay, so for all the hardcore, not Zelda fans, but NES fans, I'm just going to do this right here now. How dare you mock it, Andrea? How dare you have your own opinion?
Well, it's not like mocking Ocarina of Time.
I know.
No, I'm saying 8-bit fans in general, because, like, to some people, you make the joke of the Gen 1 purist.
Mm-hmm.
There is an 8-bit purist. In fact, I would dare say one of those is probably Pat the NES punk, because I do know he loves 8-bit, hands down. So, and I have seen him at least once or twice make an 8-bit purist argument on the matter, saying the 8-bit was the best that it ever was. Oh, and by the way, so we actually discovered this concept. We were wondering last time if we could get the white sword before level 3. We actually could. And so this is the white sword. We don't have stick anymore. Alex.
Yeah.
We have
Who
a
wants
sword.
a stick when you got the good sword?
We got a sword.
You call that a knife? No, I'm not going the Breaking Bad route here. I probably could, but because I've seen like people say that he's the new Paul Hogan. You call that a knife? That's not a knife. Call that a knife? All right, and so now we're continuing to go down the
stairs of truth.
Now we gotta get back to the...
Well, I was gonna say the stairs of pain and suffering, but that works too. So yeah, that's the EA stuff. Bethesda. Nobody really on this panel is a fan of Bethesda.
Really?
I will admit that with the integration of id Software, I'm kind of a Bethesda fan, but not really. In the fact that I played the original Wolfenstein, I played the original Doom, and haven't really picked up any of them ever since. I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan. I'm not a Fallout fan. But obviously, the biggest question is going to be...
Lost Woods all of a sudden.
No, you're in the Lost Mountains.
Yeah, I'm in the Lost Woods.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, to the people who are going to be confused, yes, the Lost Woods did happen. I think there's a wooded area that does it, and then there's a mountain area that does it too.
Okay.
There we go.
Now I gotta figure out where on the grid was the third dungeon. Wait.
Crap, I don't know the actual designation. I might have to go off mic again, so you guys are gonna have. I'm gonna light your fire again. Let's get you talking.
So what game are you playing now, Alex? Or are you still?
Oh.
Alex plays games? I thought he reviews anime for a living.
I do that too.
Hey, sometimes you gotta have fun.
Though I actually haven't played it yet. I bought an RPG called Popo LaCroix from the Nintendo eShop for my 3DS.
Yeah, like I said, I'm playing Twilight Princess, and I'm so happy to be back in the good old 3D.
3D.
3D, man!
3D fanboys.
Well, at least now I can start from scratch from where I need to be. Let's see.
Game over.
Did you die already?
Yep, she
Well, I'm
died.
trying to figure out where the heck I'm going.
Here's one. Because we had it in the middle of two big dictionaries. That's why I couldn't see it. I had it in between Hyrule Historia, and I also had it in the Warcraft Chronicle, Volume 1. Because I'm enjoying brushing up on my Warcraft before the movie. You know, the movie that we're reviewing.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Whether you like it or not. The way I see it, people, is he forced me through Kaon. And I'm not kidding when I say he forced me. Yes, I may have enjoyed the experience, but there were a couple times when I wanted to give up. He's like, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it. So, you're going to Warcraft. You're going to finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, Alex.
Finish it, finish it, finish it.
Finish.
Yes. So let's see. Dungeons.
Finna it.
I have to grid this out, so give me a second. It's E8. So, where are we at right now? Go back to the start.
Alright, I'll go back to the start and you're gonna guide me.
Yep, I'm going to guide you.
These look like little Garys.
So, while we're doing that, I'm going to give you a topic to talk about, people, because you need to talk amongst yourselves. Which is Bethesda. A lot of people are thinking with the conference,
Right,
since this is their second one, we're going to get the unveiling of the next Elder Scrolls game. And probably a new engine. So go up from here.
Alright.
Go left.
Go west.
Left.
Go
Yes.
west, young Link.
Let's see.
Episode title.
Keep going west. Are we saying we have to do this in RPG vernacular? Cross the bridge and go west.
I thought
Go
you
west,
said.
young Link.
I thought you said Weast.
Weast? No, I said Zeist. You know, from Highlander 2.
Oh,
You missed that heart.
I know. I hate that when I accidentally go too far and I...
And now that you missed it, the equation's not going to be on your side. I'm kidding, people. None of us are hardcore enough to actually say that we're following the whole
Okay, so keep
equation.
going west.
What equation?
Go north. I think that's where we're at.
Da-dum-dum.
Yes, go west from here.
How come the Zoras have to be mean in this game?
Because they're mean. Go
haven't given-
south?
They haven't given birth to their princess who makes us her fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go south.
Yes, go south again. Through the horde of moblins.
Moblins.
Just because I'm a Warcraft fan, for the horde, go east.
Okay.
And there you go, Dungeon 3. I'm a good guide. I can do guiding.
I'm a good guide.
I'm a good guide.
Hey, get
So
down.
if it, It's just like when we're playing Banjo. Andrea's my navigator. You get to be her navigator for Zelda.
Exactly. That's why this is an equal
You
partnership.
get to be her Chewbacca to her Han Solo.
Slow bros or slow pokes or something.
All right, so I'm
They
already
do.
going to warn people in advance. This is the infamous level.
Oh, this is the swastika.
This is the
dungeon.
swastika level, or as they call it, the manji,
Amanji.
which is the original meaning of the swastika.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people don't believe that the swastika actually has a positive meaning. No, it actually does. But everybody remembers, unfortunately, the National Socialist Workers' Party, and therefore this image has forever been ruined.
Pretty much.
Just like with the Triforce, it actually used to have both positive and a negative meaning.
It's oddly fitting because the day we're recording this is actually the anniversary of D-Day.
Of what?
Of
D-Day?
D-Day?
D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
D-Day.
storming of the beaches of Normandy.
I don't have the Charlie Brown episode. Can we go dig that out?
Which one?
Before we get, but first of all, I have to stop this because we're going to get all stupidly political, or at least people are going to accuse us of such.
Just
Because we're talking
remember,
about storming the beaches of Normandy.
I'm just remembering a historical event. I don't know what's political about that.
Oh, yay. I remember.
Because
that.
you're bringing up armies and therefore politics. I'm not saying it has to make sense. I'm saying that's what's going to happen. So, going back to the Bethesda discussion, I really do think that I don't think they have a new Elder Scrolls in the works. I think they're kind of recouping from Elder Scrolls Online and how bad that turned out. So I don't think we're going to get anything like that. We might get a new id game, but I think that's all that they have. Aside from check-ins on the games that didn't come out yet, which one of them is an Elder Scrolls game. It's a Hearthstone ripoff, because why not? So going into the conferences that we actually do give a crap about, I wish we could say that there was some level of discussion for Nintendo, but considering that we haven't heard anything new, I'm really worried that yes, their conference will be 80% based around Zelda Wii U/NX.
Yes, it's just as they said.
Dope. Damn Darknuts, man.
I know.
A dark nut.
They're dark nuts. Like,
Take a bite of them Darknuts.
it
I am
made-
so sorry to the people who are going to say I'm being offensive. I'm so sorry. But, you know, I had to make the joke.
What's that? A knight? A dark nut.
A dark nut, yeah. I don't know, Alex. Do we actually think that Nintendo is going to pull a switcheroo at some point and actually have more to talk about
Maybe in
than
their
just Zelda?
maybe in their Treehouse events, but not on the E3 conference or on the E3 floor show.
Yeah, their E3 Nintendo Direct. I don't think it'll be there. If they do a Treehouse, then yeah, we'll find out additional details from that.
It sounds like they are because I believe Game Freak did actually tweet out look for Sun and Moon details in the Nintendo
Yeah, they did.
Treehouse. So
They did, so that already that's happening. It may just be that their Direct will be solely focused on Zelda. And I have a feeling all of the games that are coming out this year will be shown in the Treehouse, obviously, because Metroid Prime Federation Force is due later this year. One of the things I'm actually wondering is which company is going to be able to showcase Yooka-Laylee with the new trailer that just barely came out, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be Nintendo. Because before people start screaming at me going, no, it's going to be Microsoft because it's Rare. No, it's former Rare employees, and all of those Rare employees were never happy about the Microsoft merger. So I don't think Microsoft is even remotely on that list.
I kind of doubt we're gonna see Yooka-Laylee in like any of the conferences, but Playtonic will have a booth at E3. I bet.
What was that?
I'm sure Playtonic themselves will
They'll have a booth.
have
Yeah.
a booth, so I'm not really counting on seeing it much in the conferences.
I'm going to stick with what I'm saying. I think it would be a good idea to have Yooka-Laylee in one of them. Because a lot of people are still very excited about this game.
Oh yeah.
Granted,
I just
let's hope that Playtonic does not pull a concept and make us wait 4 years for a game that is now just way past its hype.
yeah.
Hint, Mighty Number 9, hint, hint.
Well, I think by all accounts they're already doing something right. considering they've only pushed it back once. I mean, delays happen.
Yeah, because if you guys haven't heard the news yet, it is delayed to 2017.
Which I always felt I always felt October was going to be the idealist date anyway. I wasn't particularly counting on October this year. I just figured, ideally, that's when it's going to come. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, and that's just the way it is.
Both Banjo games were holiday releases, though, weren't they?
I seriously can't remember, but Banjo had corporate support. This is an indie game.
No, but I'm actually wondering if, like, the Platonic guys, since this is the spiritual successor to Banjo, whether or not they'd hold true to that tradition, because I know they came out around the same time of the year. I just don't know. I want to say they were a year apart.
Go.
Well, I gotta get down there.
Yeah, she's gotta go. She's gotta go down, which means she
item.
has to kill the Darknuts.
But the problem is you only get a very limited window.
If we need to, then I can step in and kill Darknuts. I'm okay with it. We don't like them Darknuts.
Those things are a pain in the butt.
Somebody's gonna turn my comments on Darknuts this time around into such racist crap.
Probably.
I already know it's gonna happen. Let's see. Banjo Kazooie release date. What was it?
Why can't a boomerang just work on these guys?
Okay, so North America for Banjo-Kazooie was June 29th.
Alright, so summer.
So summer. So it wasn't a holiday release. So what was Tui's? November 19th, so that was a holiday release.
Okay.
Man, it feels like forever when those came out.
It was 15 years ago. Well, for Tui anyway.
And you were kids, and kids are impatient.
I was like...
I'm speaking as a former kid, people. Yeah, we get impatient.
I was like, when is Tui coming already? I want to know what this mysterious Stop and Swap stuff is.
And again, I want to point out to people, anybody who waited longer than 3 years and complained, light freaking wait. Because I waited 5 for most of my favorite games. 5 to 6.
Okay, I gotta get them away from the staircase.
So be mad at that statement all you want. But yeah, I waited 6 years for some games.
It's like, stay away from
Compared to most gamers these days, I have the patience of a saint. As long as it's done right, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I just wanted to get to the staircase. That's all I wanted to do.
Yes, we know.
Right.
I'm not taking this death rail out, by the way.
Ukulele is like slated for Q1 next year.
Q1, so that would be January through...
Like March?
Actually, no, it'd be December through, like, March. Something like that, because Q4 ends during the year, so that people can actually have their estimates by the beginning of the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. The Winter Court. I actually think they'll hold true to that. So yeah, that's our speculation on Nintendo. I'm going to say it here and now. I think Sony's going to steal the show again.
Probably.
Because they have to give a Last Guardian update. They have to give an update on Shenmue 3. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, is probably going to be on their show floor, or on their conference. As well as I think they've actually confirmed that Final Fantasy 15 will be on their conference. Because I don't think Square Enix is set up this year. Their conference bombed way too horribly last year.
Their what?
Square Enix's conference. Oh, it bombed so horribly. And it was mainly because they trolled everybody the entire time by making us think that Kingdom Hearts was the next trailer on the list. And it never was.
It never was?
Yeah.
Oh, last year?
Yeah, and then at the very end they showed Kingdom Hearts, but they showed stuff we already knew about.
Oh yeah, that's right. Were they going to show any more of Kingdom Hearts for the next one?
We don't know.
Oh.
I can already tell you that if Square Enix does have a conference, which I don't think they will, their focal point will be Final Fantasy 15. Because they need to get people to buy that game. I'm not saying that it's going to be potentially bad, but people have waited too long for that game. This was a game that was slated for PS3 and 360, and then later got moved to PS4 only. Or actually, no, PS4, and it's also slated for 1. So, because originally it was Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Yeah, 13 had like a paired game that was supposed to come out with it. Not like a blue and a yellow version, but a Versus game. And now 15 is its own title.